Welcome to History in Focus. Before we begin, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more historical content. Also, let me know in the comments which moment impacted you the most. Enjoy the video. This photograph, taken in 1930 in the Belgian Congo, depicts Italian explorer Attilio Gatti alongside two pygmy hunters he employed, and a captured gorilla. Such images reveal a dark chapter of history, reflecting the colonial mindset of the era and the exploitative practices imposed on indigenous populations. This photograph, taken in 1921, showcases the mobile arrest methods of the time. A caged detention cell attached to a Harley-Davidson motorcycle allowed police to transport criminals across the city more efficiently. This intriguing tactic used by soldiers during the 1913 Mexican Revolution was one of the creative solutions for survival in combat. By hiding under the horse, they could both camouflage themselves and gain protection against sudden attacks. This photograph, taken in 1907 in New York, showcases the extraordinary design of early diving suits. Nicknamed the Iron Man, this suit featured an electric charging system and a pressure protection mechanism. Such equipment, used for underwater exploration at the time, continues to captivate us today with its blend of technological innovation and unique aesthetics. In 1933 Berlin, a circus performer stands inside an aquarium wagon filled with crocodiles. At the time, circuses prioritized dangerous acts to leave audiences in awe. This daring performer's act not only took spectators' breath away, but also pushed the boundaries of human courage. Captured through the lens of Cristina Garcia Rodero, this scene documents an ancient carnival tradition in the Spanish village of Bielsa. The archaic bear mask symbolizes the power of nature and humanity's struggle for survival. These masks, used in carnival rituals, are also seen as a symbol of communal solidarity. In 1915, on the front lines of World War I in France, creative methods were employed to boost morale. Known as the human snake, this soldier used his humor and physical agility to captivate fellow troops, momentarily distracting them from the stresses of war. This striking photograph from 1932 highlights the central role elephants played in circus performances. Captured at the moment an elephant lifts its trainer into the air with its trunk, the image showcases how elephants became symbols of not only strength, but also humor and danger in the circuses of the era. This photograph reveals the dark side of justice in early 20th century Shanghai. The cage, designed for slow suffocation, served as a brutal instrument of torture. Such punishments were intended not only to instill fear in the public, but also to enforce strict discipline. This photograph captures a historic moment, showcasing the unusual roles animals have played in human life. It features a man seated in a cart, being pulled by a hippopotamus. This scene is likely part of an old circus or animal exhibition, where exotic animals were displayed to astonish audiences. This photograph, taken in 1909 during an exhibition in Australia, shows a man confronting a colossal figure. The statue was designed by contemporary artists as a critique of the growing technological anxieties in modern society at the time. In December 1949, during a parade in Austria, a child is seen sitting on the shoulders of Krampus. Known as the frightening counterpart to Santa Claus, Krampus punished naughty children. This traditional costume created an atmosphere both terrifying and captivating, sparking the imagination of the local community. This photograph depicts the so-called scientific measurements conducted during the Nazi era to determine Aryan racial purity. Here, a man's nose is being measured as part of a racial purity test. Such practices starkly illustrate how the racist and discriminatory ideology of the time was falsely legitimized under the guise of science. This powerful photograph from Damascus, 1889, tells a remarkable story of friendship and interfaith compassion. A blind Muslim man named Muhammad carries his paralyzed Christian friend, Samir, who had dwarfism. Together, they navigated life's challenges, each completing the other's limitations. This 1938 photograph showcases water baths designed to improve blood circulation using electric currents. The scientific belief of the time was that such methods could contribute to advancements in modern medicine. While these electric water baths were used for both relaxation and therapeutic purposes, their effectiveness became a subject of significant debate over time. This heartbreaking photograph, taken in 1948, reveals how economic desperation can tear a family apart. Lucille Chalafou is shown putting her 4 children up for sale as they faced eviction from their home. Within 2 years, all the children were adopted by different families, marking a tragic chapter in their lives. In 1914, during World War I, a crowd watches as a British airship passes over Belgium's Ostend harbor. At the time, airships were used both for military reconnaissance and as tools of propaganda. These massive and silent flying machines evoked a mix of awe and fear among the people who witnessed them. In the post-World War II era, the future of aviation envisioned personal use. San Diego-based Consolidated Vultee Aircraft designed a flying car by attaching an aircraft fuselage to a standard automobile, aiming to simplify daily transportation. While the Crosley engine, with just 25 horsepower, was insufficient, the vehicle could take off with a 190 horsepower aircraft engine and a 2-blade wooden propeller. Its detachable wings allowed for convenient garage storage. This 1915 photograph showcases a remarkable scene featuring soldiers from the British Royal Horse Artillery performing stunts on pack horses. These horses, made exceptionally obedient through rigorous training, were so reliable and calm that they allowed soldiers to perform such daring acts with confidence. 8-year-old Freddie McIntosh wears a special sun protection suit to shield his ultra-sensitive skin from sunlight. Due to his condition, exposure to sunlight is dangerous, but this suit allows Freddie to find a way to connect with the outside world safely. This intriguing 1939 photograph from London captures Welsh spiritualist Colin Evans mesmerizing an audience by claiming to levitate in mid-air. However, the truth was far less mystical. Evans created the illusion by jumping in complete darkness and using an infrared camera to capture the moment. This performance is a striking example of the deceptive spiritual tricks popular at the time. This 1925 photograph, taken in Paris, captures a banquet held for French soldiers who had suffered severe injuries during World War I. The faces around the table bear the physical and emotional scars of war, telling the story of their sacrifice. Photographed by Henri Manuel, this powerful image highlights how war transformed human lives and underscores the importance of honoring these heroes at the time. This 1934 image of armored vehicles patrolling the streets of Vienna reflects a period of heightened activity by the Heimwehr forces. In response to potential unrest, all Heimwehr units in Austria were mobilized and placed on high alert, ready to intervene at a moment's notice. This haunting photograph captures a visitor holding a candle, smiling amidst the chilling walls of skulls in the Paris catacombs in 1935. The juxtaposition of her serene expression against the morbid backdrop of countless human remains creates an eerie, unsettling image. The catacombs, housing over 6 million skeletons, tell a grim tale of the city's history, reminding us how the living coexist with remnants of the past. This striking 1939 photograph captures a young man being escorted from a police van in New York after being arrested for cross-dressing. In an era marked by stringent societal norms, moments like these highlighted the rigid boundaries around gender expression. Such arrests, though common, serve to spotlight a marginalized community's existence, laying the foundation for the gradual push toward acceptance and liberation in decades to come. The Ovitz family, famously known as the Great Family of the SS, endured unimaginable horrors during their time at Auschwitz. Targeted by Dr. Joseph Mengele for their unique physical traits, they became unwilling subjects of inhumane experiments. Yet, their survival stands as a testament to resilience and hope amidst the darkest chapters of human history. In 1933, in the town of Boren, Belgium, a crowd gathered in anticipation of a sighting of the Virgin Mary. This event followed claims made by children at a nearby Christian school who had reported seeing the Virgin Mary the previous day. This 1945 photograph from Times Square illustrates the creative methods used to support relief campaigns for war victims during World War II. A woman standing inside a barrel labeled, "I did my bit, did you?" employed this striking approach to encourage donations of clothing and bedding, capturing the public's attention in a unique way. This heartbreaking 1939 photograph, taken at the Los Angeles Zoo, documents the final moments of Billy the elephant. In his advanced age, Billy became uncontrollable and was deemed a threat by the zoo management, leading to his tragic execution. At the time, a lack of understanding of animal behavior and inadequate care often resulted in such devastating outcomes. This fascinating snapshot from the 1940s shows a German soldier's dog posing with a military helmet and rifle. Even amidst the dark days of World War II, soldiers sought to bring a touch of humor and humanity to the grim realities of war. However, such images also serve as a stark reminder of the absurd and tragic nature of conflict. In 1941, a telepath attempts to hypnotize a chimpanzee, reflecting the peak fascination with pseudoscientific experiments like telepathy and hypnosis. These experiments aim to explore the limits of mental control over human and animal behavior. The chimp, dressed in a jacket and tie, sits at the table almost like a human, turning the scene into a mix of scientific curiosity and comedic spectacle. This photograph reveals the bizarre and risky entertainment practices of the past. A young girl is seen riding on the back of a crocodile, seemingly controlling it with a leash. This daring act was likely part of a bold display at an animal park of the time, showcasing the era's fascination with thrill and danger. This 1939 photograph features burlesque dancer Zorita striking an unconventional pose with her pet snake. Known for embracing the extraordinary not just on stage but in her daily life, Zorita captivated audiences with performances that combined allure with a touch of fear. Her shows, incorporating her snake, were seen as bold innovations in the burlesque world of the time, cementing her status as a legend. This 1950 photograph, taken in the Mouffetard district of Paris, captures a tattoo competition through the lens of Robert Doisneau. The moment highlights how tattoo art serves not only as a form of expression, but also as a storyteller. Participants proudly display the artwork etched on their bodies, showcasing the era's unique styles and personal narratives. This photograph showcases a young woman performing the limbo dance, one of the popular nightclub activities of the 1960s. Captured in a Los Angeles nightclub, it reflects the era's vibrant entertainment culture and the free spirit of youth. This moment encapsulates the energy of the 1960s, where dance and music merged to become a powerful form of cultural expression. This 1946 photograph captures the Agaba Mugbidik masquerade in northern Nigeria. The image features a participant wearing an impressive mask with long horns and sharp teeth. The costume is covered with fur-like materials and adorned with intricate embroidery on the front. A small group of adult men accompanies the masquerade, with one on the right playing a small gong to set the rhythm. This cultural event reflects the community's rich traditions and rituals. This photograph features Max Schreck as the vampire Count Orlok in the 1922 film Nosferatu. This iconic film faced significant legal issues as it was an unauthorized adaptation of Bram Stoker's novel Dracula. Stoker's widow, Florence Balcom, filed a copyright infringement lawsuit, leading to a court order for all copies of the film to be destroyed. This photo from August 17, 1900, captures a remarkable moment in fishing history. Franklin Schenck of Brooklyn proudly displays his record-breaking catch, a massive 384-pound Black Sea bass, caught using a rod and reel near Catalina Island, California. Photographed by Charles Ironmonger, this image not only showcases the fisherman's achievement, but also highlights the early 20th century enthusiasm for big-game fishing, an activity that drew adventurers and enthusiasts to the California coast. The 1963 Peel P-50, a masterpiece of minimalist engineering, proudly holds the Guinness World Record for being the smallest car ever mass-produced. Featuring a 49 cubic centimeter engine that generated a modest 4.2 horsepower, this three-wheeled microcar was designed for optimal urban practicality. Its lack of a reverse gear was cleverly mitigated by a rear handle, allowing drivers to physically reposition the car. The Peel P50 stands as a quirky icon of the 1960s, epitomizing bold innovation in automotive design. The Ovitz family, famously known as the Great Family of the SS, endured unimaginable horrors during their time at Auschwitz. Targeted by Dr. Josef Mengele for their unique physical traits, they became unwilling subjects of inhumane experiments. Yet their survival stands as a testament to resilience and hope amidst the darkest chapters of human history. Their story remains a powerful reminder of the need to confront and remember the past. This 1954 photograph, captured by Life magazine photographer Nat Farbman on a dairy farm near Fresno, California, showcases an amusing and unusual scene. Two cats are seen joyfully drinking milk directly from a cow's udder. This whimsical and nostalgic image captures an unexpected moment in the lives of animals, evoking a smile and a sense of charm that transcends time. This 1929 scene in Santa Monica reflects the vibrant life of the entertainment industry during the era. Harry Carroll posed with chorus girls for a promotional photo of a new musical production. Capturing the spirit of women's newfound freedom of the time, the image also highlights Carroll's creative vision behind the scenes. This photograph could be considered one of the earliest examples of a staged advertising campaign in history. This intriguing photograph from the 1950s captures a circus performer cleaning their crocodile. Such dangerous acts were designed to awe audiences and provoke questions about courage during the heyday of circus entertainment. However, behind the spectacle lay a harsher reality, as animals were often subjected to mistreatment and forced to endure perilous conditions for the sake of performance.